Days of Our Lives say that suspense is building around a dramatic plot that could leave Chad DiMera in grave danger. One of the show's most cunning and calculating characters, Clyde Weston, is setting his sights on a devious plan involving Chad and Abigail. For Clyde, it's not just about revenge or greed. He has his eyes on the DiMera fortune, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get it. As DOOL viewers know, Clyde is never one to back down when it comes to achieving his goals, and this time, his target is the DiMera empire. His ultimate objective? To turn Abigail into a wealthy widow and seize the DiMera fortune for himself. In Clyde's twisted mind, Chad's death would ensure that Abigail inherits the riches of the powerful DiMera family, making it easy for Clyde to manipulate the situation to his advantage. But this malicious plan won't come to fruition without Clyde pulling some major strings behind the scenes. One of the key players in his scheme is Mark Green, a hospital worker with access to highly dangerous drugs. During the week of October 7-11, DOOL fans will witness a shocking turn of events when Clyde meets with Mark and reveals the true extent of his sinister plot. Up to this point, Mark has been relatively cooperative with Clyde, helping him with smaller tasks like manipulating DNA tests. But now, Clyde's demands are far more horrifying. He orders Mark to take things a step further by eliminating Chad once and for all, marking the end of Chad's life in a staged tragedy that would leave Abigail, a grieving widow, ripe for Clyde's manipulation. This is where the plot takes a chilling turn. Mark, who has dabbled in shady dealings before, is utterly horrified by Clyde's latest request. Wiping Chad off the map isn't just about money anymore, it's cold-blooded murder. Mark is no assassin, and even though he has access to drugs that could make Chad's death look like a natural illness, this is a line he's unwilling to cross. The moral weight of Clyde's request bears down heavily on Mark, and for a brief moment, it looks like Clyde's plan might hit a snag. But Clyde isn't the type to let a little thing like a conscience stand in his way. Knowing exactly how to push Mark's buttons, Clyde threatens him with the one thing Mark holds dear, his mother's future. Clyde reminds Mark that his mother's well-being is directly tied to Mark's cooperation. If Mark refuses to do Clyde's bidding, the repercussions could be devastating for his family. The stakes have never been higher, and Clyde's ruthless manipulation forces Mark into an impossible position. Now, Mark faces a gut-wrenching dilemma. Should he follow Clyde's orders and kill Chad, saving his mother from whatever threat Clyde has looming over her? Or should he defy Clyde and risk everything, including his own life and his mother's future? It's a classic Days of Our Lives showdown, where good and evil collide in a battle of wits and wills. DOOL spoilers suggest that Mark will struggle with this difficult decision in the episodes to come, and fans will be on the edge of their seats waiting to see what happens next. Will Mark cave to Clyde's pressure and carry out the deadly plan? Or will he find a way to thwart Clyde's scheme and save Chad from an untimely demise? Meanwhile, Clyde has other options in case Mark refuses to comply. There are far more ruthless agents at Clyde's disposal, individuals who would have no qualms about carrying out the hit on Chad. But Clyde seems insistent on having Mark handle the task, likely because of his access to the hospital's resources and his ability to make the death look natural, further minimizing any suspicion. As the tension builds, viewers are left wondering how far Clyde will go to achieve his goal, and whether Chad can escape his impending fate. One thing is certain. Clyde is playing a dangerous game, and with the DiMera fortune on the line, he won't rest until he gets what he wants. Stay tuned as the story unfolds in the coming weeks, with Mark's internal struggle taking center stage. Will he choose to protect Chad and defy Clyde, or will he sacrifice Chad's life to save his own family? The consequences of his decision will ripple through Salem, and the fallout could change the landscape of Days of Our Lives forever.